Please be seated. So I'd like to, we're going to have since the Torah portion is Kedoshim Tihiyu, you shall be a holy people. We'll be saying the blessing over the Torah reading together, and there'll be a number of special students who will be chanting from the Torah, as Cantor Robin will explain a little later on. I'm going to be, I want to read just a brief introduction to this Torah portion, again written by Rabbi Bob Seltzer, who I spoke about this morning. I explained to you that, I was doing my PhD with Bob at the Graduate Center, but that it was incomplete. Remember when I told you that? Well, the degree was granted to me by Bob between the morning service and now. I confess. But here are Bob's words. The Torah portion we are about to hear chanted is one of the most intense explications of the moral implications of spirituality in Judaism. Much studied by anthropologists and other academic scholars of religion, the concept of holiness seems to be a universal feature of religious experience. It is sometimes called the numinous, based on the Latin term numen, for that awe-inspiring divine power that is believed in some cultures to be a metaphysical dimension, transcending mundane human realities. Thus, in Judaism, God is HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Holy One, blessed be He. You are all familiar with the scene in which the prophet Isaiah, as a young man, hears a choir of heavenly beings in the Jerusalem temple chanting, as we've heard so beautifully, Kadosh, 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 Adonai Tzvaot, Malo Kol Haaretz Kevodo. Holy, holy, holy is the Lord of hosts. The whole earth is full of His glory. What is notable in Judaism among world religions is that holiness is very closely associated with moral behavior. This association is blatant in today's Torah portion, where holiness is posited as the divine imperative that should guide moral behavior. Like all religions, Judaism has its customs, laws, ceremonies, holy books, holy days, definitions of gender, and so forth. These have changed over time, but the constant factor is the ethical imperatives always connected with the historical process. Imperatives that are at the same time universalistic and personal. For instance, in today's Torah portion, we are reminded that you shall leave some of your harvest for the poor and stranger. We are not to steal, rob, exploit others. We are not to curse the deaf, even though he or she can't hear you. You shall not slander. We are not to defer to the powerful. You shall love the stranger who dwell with you, for you were strangers in the land of Egypt. In short, I am Adonai your God. Ahavta l'reacha kamocha. You shall love your neighbor as yourself. On this basis, Jewish ethics was expounded through the centuries as emulating God's holiness. Leviticus 19, verse 2. Kedoshim tihiyu, ki kadosh ani Adonai tzvaot. You shall be holy, for I, Adonai, your God, am holy. Holiness is a metaphysical ideal inherent in human life, as is being moral. Driving this ideal is a central point of our worship on Yom Kippur. So I'd like our Torah readers to please come up to the bima.